that knows me knows I love my boxing. All right, I'm a fan of the sport. Anytime I get an opportunity to promote the sport, I'm going to take advantage of it. And I really, really appreciate when cats show up, particularly for big fights, and show their brilliance. I don't like choke artists. I don't like people who are elite and then the moment arrives and then you can't find them, okay? I like cats that show you who they...
Stephen A. Smith has inserted himself into one of boxing's most talked about debates after fresh claims surfaced regarding the long-discussed fight between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. The outspoken sports commentator did not hold back when addressing the situation, questioning why a matchup that fans have wanted for years still has not materialized. The controversy intensified after Devin Haney reportedly shared a private message that he claims reveals Stevenson's true intentions regarding the fight.
The fight either or. I think any of these guys get in front of me, they got a lot to deal with.
Who are you here with? Are these people, who's your manager? I know you got your brother. Who?
My manager is Jay Prince, he's not here.
Jay Prince is not here. Let me tell you something right now. I don't like it.
According to Haney's supporters, the message suggests that Shakur may not have been as committed to making the fight happen as he publicly claimed. Once the information began circulating online, boxing fans immediately started dissecting every detail, with many wondering whether the fight was ever genuinely close to becoming reality. As the debate spread across social media, criticism toward Stevenson began increasing. Some fans accused him of avoiding one of the toughest challenges available, while others defended him and argued that there are always multiple factors involved in major fight negotiations. Regardless of which side fans support, the leaked conversation has added another layer of controversy to an already heated rivalry.
Keyshawn Davis having an opportunity to derail the plans that might incentivize Shakur to sign the deal.
Right.
Maybe not.
I mean, what are your thoughts on, because I know that Jay Prince said that once Shakur gets bigger and stronger, then he'll be, ready to move up and fight Devin. So can you clarify if you've been in negotiations? Have y'all been approached to sign with Zuffa? Have y'all been offered a deal with Zuffa, or is it Zuffa or Zuffa?
Well, what I can say that it's a fight on the table for Devin and Shakur with.
Bill Haney has also contributed to the growing discussion by offering his perspective on where things currently stand. According to Bill, the situation remains fluid and could change depending on several key developments within the division. He explained that upcoming fights, business decisions, and title opportunities could all influence whether negotiations between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson move forward.
So Bill, you trying to say you want that next? Your son versus Shakur Stevenson next? That's what you want?
Absolutely.
All right, would you take it at 144 though, Bill? Would y'all take that at 144?
Take it at no 144.
All right, what about 147 with a rehydration? Would you take that?
No.
Oh, this. I don't see how y'all.
In boxing, timing often plays a crucial role, and a single result can dramatically alter future plans. Another major topic involves Stevenson's physical development. Some observers believe Shakur should continue growing into higher weight classes before taking on naturally larger opponents. Others argue that his talent level is already high enough to compete with anyone regardless of size.
Zayas is big and a tough guy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also said Virgil Ortiz is very dangerous. And don't think of that other big tall dude, he's just a freak, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Bondora.
He's the Wemby of boxing. It doesn't mean that he can't be beat, but it's an extremely tall task. So when I say that we're definitely looking at them, you know what I'm saying? We'll fight any of them at 147. But of course, we like the way that Xander looked, you know what I'm saying? And now we're going to look at him with...
Comments suggest that while no official agreement exists, conversations surrounding the fight may still be happening behind closed doors. At the moment, uncertainty remains the biggest obstacle. Fans continue demanding answers, but the reality is that many important questions have yet to be resolved. One of the biggest concerns surrounding a potential fight between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney appears to be weight. Following recent comments from Bill Haney during a livestream, many fans began realizing that agreeing on a suitable weight could prove far more difficult than expected. For years, both fighters competed in similar weight classes, making the matchup seem straightforward.
It's not fighting because of Devin. Devin and them had they little situation that they try to throw out there, some little chump change.
What's chump change? Is it percentage?
Yeah, chump change is I'll tell you exactly what it is. They offered me less than I made in my last 3 fights for supposedly the biggest fight of my career.
X amount of money this fight, then I made X amount of money this fight, then I made X amount of money this fight, and then now I'm supposed to be fighting, this supposed to be a big fight, but y'all trying to give me less than what I made in them 3 fights?
However, as their careers have progressed, circumstances have changed. Devin Haney has continued moving up in weight while Stevenson remains in a different stage of his physical development. Because of these differences, determining a fair weight limit has become a major point of contention. Both sides naturally want conditions that maximize their fighters' strengths while minimizing disadvantages. As a result, what once appeared to be a simple super fight now faces significant logistical challenges.
Example, this fan said, Shakur a little boy, most immature out of all these guys if we being honest, LOL taking shirt off and sending a call out video to Mayweather for Tank, saying he won't fight Devin at 147 but will fight Conor, said there was never a 135 offer from Devin, then got exposed by Bernie. Another fan said Shakur's scared of Devin but his fans will tell you otherwise. Then, another fan said this, Buddy been spoiled his whole life, ain't never been through in the real world. You can tell the way he act like a lil princess.
Until both camps find common ground regarding weight and other contractual issues, the possibility of seeing the fight in the near future remains uncertain. The boxing community wasted no time sharing opinions once details surrounding the negotiations became public. Social media quickly filled with reactions from fans who disagreed sharply on who deserves blame for the situation. Some supporters argued that Bill Haney is attempting to create every possible advantage for Devin before agreeing to a fight.
He's better than him, at everything when it comes to boxing.
So will that fight ever happen?
It probably will, but I told them, and this is what I told everybody at 147 pounds. Only way I'm fighting at 147 if it's a 10-pound rehydration, and that's what he did his last fight with Chris Eubank. They fought in England, and he had a 10-pound rehydration because the guy was way bigger than him, so I'm just returning the favor.
Oh, okay.
Others pushed back and suggested that criticism toward Team Haney is unfair because they have consistently shown willingness to face top competition. Many fans also pointed out the physical realities involved. Some believe Haney may only remain at welterweight for a limited number of fights before eventually moving up again. If that happens, Stevenson would potentially need to climb multiple divisions in a relatively short period to make the matchup possible. Meanwhile, Bill Haney made it clear that Team Haney is not sitting around waiting.
Fights, boxing fans, myself included, have been wanting to see. Drop a couple of names, one of them being like Javante Tank Davis, another one Devin Haney. Or there was like talk
That wasn't true.
Not true, but it got people excited because that's one of the fights that we would love to see as boxing fans. So my question is, before, I know you're still early on in you've still got a couple more years ahead in your career. Could we see these fights being made?
I've been said like 1,000 times, I'm with fighting all of these guys. Like I would love to fight any of them at any given time. But that's on these guys. Come to the table and say they want to fight and make it make sense. I feel like even with the talks, right, with the Devin Haney situation, I feel like the talk started from Team Haney, but it never was a real like negotiation or reach out, let's talk about this. It never was that kind of like thing. So, but for me personally, I just feel like I'm willing to fight any and everybody. Anybody you name, they want to rumble. I'm different under them lights. I'm not the same guy that they talk about under them lights. So,
as criticism intensified, financial considerations became another major talking point. One fan harshly criticized Stevenson online, accusing him of avoiding difficult challenges and looking for advantages whenever possible. However, Shakur Stevenson offered a different explanation for why talks failed to progress. According to him, one of the biggest issues involved the financial terms being discussed.
An issue.
Will the weight, I mean, that's the problem. That's the biggest issue because it's like fans want me to just move up fight after fight. Like, I just moved up to 140 in my last fight. That was my first time ever at 140. You know why they want me to move up fight after fight? Because I'm that good. So how about they give me my credit and say how good I am, and then maybe we'll be talking about it. But I just don't think, like, right now I'll be fighting at 147. Like, I feel like that's going to come in the years to come. I feel like 47 will be my last weight class. Then I look at, like, a guy like Devin, and they could act like, oh, well, when you get to 47, he might be going to 54. I don't see it. Like, I don't see it. Like, I think them guys at 54 is way bigger than them guys at 47. So I think he's going to be at 40.
And suggested that the money being offered did not properly reflect the magnitude of the event. Given the level of public interest surrounding a fight against Devin Haney, he believes compensation should match the significance of the matchup. He also claimed that the proposed figures were lower than earnings from several of his recent appearances. From his perspective, accepting less money for one of the biggest fights of his career simply did not make business sense.
You let it be known that, you know, you guys are in negotiations with Shakur Stevenson. I mean, how those negotiations going?
Well, I mean, you got a chance to see it was live. When me and Jay talked about it, it doesn't get no more live or no more realer than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true. True. But he was saying kind of things like more like it's going to be in the future type of deal.
Well, you just never...
Bernie, you were saying it more like it's more like realistically now in the 20s.
Well, yeah, because you never know when he's going to pull up, when he's ready to pull up. You just got to stay ready. In our position, we don't have the luxury of being under the weight, and we can get ready and we can do all the other shit, in my opinion. So I won't be blindsided about not being prepared for this opportunity. So from a coaching standpoint, from a business standpoint, we're ready.
I mean, and then obviously the big deal and the negotiations with Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney.
I mean, obviously there's some truth to it because the fighter's going to go where the money at. You know what I'm saying? Wherever the money is, that's where the fighter's going to go, and that's where...
As a result, the conversation quickly shifted from boxing skills to fighter pay, highlighting the reality that major fights often depend just as much on financial negotiations as competitive ambition. The criticism directed towards Stevenson continued growing as fans flooded social media with harsh opinions. Some accused him of inconsistency, pointing to previous callouts directed at other fighters while questioning his willingness to face Devin Haney. In response, Stevenson addressed the issue during a podcast appearance.
William Lane, thank you for the 5-piece. Ask Greg why he thinks Shakur turned down the fighting Dev for Undisputed. Keep it 100.
Because he knows that's a great fight. He knows Dev has something for him. But he got something for Dev. It's a great fight. He know Dev. He know he could possibly lose to Dev. There's things that Dev understand about boxing that Shakur understand, and he wouldn't be able to just take full advantage of Devin Haney. You know what I mean? They both got an education. That's what I'm saying. This comes down to education. That's why Floyd and them used to yell, skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? You got to really be in the gym working on your skills package. A lot of these dudes ain't working like they think they working. You know what I'm saying? They in the gym, they sweating. You know what I mean? They're working hard, but the information that's being transferred to them is bullshit information, and it's showing in the fights.
Speaking confidently, he made it clear that he believes he possesses the skills necessary to beat Haney whenever the fight eventually happens. During the discussion, Stevenson also spoke about weight requirements, rehydration clauses, and various negotiation points. According to him, many of the conditions he is discussing today are similar to standards that have previously been used against him throughout his career. Stevenson argued that fans often ignore context and focus only on headlines. From his perspective,
I said it's not gonna happen, bro. I was like, how boxing is, bro. I feel like it's not gonna happen, bro. It's just boxing, bro. We know how boxing is, bro. We all know how boxing is. People get in the ring, and then it creates, when somebody get in the ring, it creates this effect, and then it builds up the fight, and it's gonna probably, but I just don't feel next. I don't feel like, I think it could happen, but as far as next, I don't think it's gonna happen because the promoters know, bro. Like, I mean, I'm on the other side now. I'm not a boxer.
As debates continued online, another fan claimed that the ideal opportunity for a Haney-Stevenson fight may have already passed. According to that opinion, the best time to make the matchup was several years ago when both fighters were still competing at lightweight. Stevenson eventually responded to criticism by reminding fans that his position within the sport has changed significantly.
That Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson have ironclad signed with Zuffa. That announcement is imminent, could be as early as next week. This is what I was told. And I was also told that Zuffa, the fight they want upon signing both of them, is them fighting each other.
Boxing is an emotional-driven, low IQ sport. Instead of people just having accountability and saying what it is, with this situation with Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, they will go and tell you that Devin Haney is ducking Shakur Stevenson. What? Devin Haney is ducking Shakur Stevenson? Devin Haney is making false offers to Shakur Stevenson. He really don't want to fight Shakur Stevenson. People in my inbox, they oh, you hating on Shakur Stevenson? No, I'm not. Let's just be real. Jay Prince himself says Shakur is not
suggested that he now possesses enough drawing power to secure lucrative opportunities against a variety of opponents. In a separate interview, Stevenson pushed back against the idea that he is avoiding certain fighters. He insisted that he remains willing to fight anybody but emphasized that public callouts alone do not create fights. According to Stevenson, genuine negotiations must occur behind the scenes before any matchup becomes reality.
That Jay Prince reached out to them and demanded that Keyshawn Davis be the #1 challenger in their ranking system, and he wants to make him the mandatory for Devin Haney. He is also Shakur Stevenson's manager. He stated to Bill Haney on Wallow and Gilly in front of the world that went viral. Shakur is not ready. He's a 135-pounder. They got to get bigger and stronger. Shakur Stevenson hangs on the word of Jay Prince. So now we don't believe Jay Prince? Shakur has told us he's not a 147-pounder. And they want to make a big splash. They want to make Shakur versus Devin Haney now. Shakur does not want to make the fight. So please explain to me how in the hell on this green earth is it Devin Haney that's ducking Shakur Stevenson and making fake offers? Somebody please explain that to me. How could that even remotely be possible? Now you just heard Sean Zeitel saying that it's Shakur's side. We heard Jay Prince already say that Shakur is not.
He suggested that too much of the conversation surrounding Devin Haney has remained focused on public narratives rather than serious business discussions. The criticism did not stop. Fans continued accusing Stevenson of talking about major fights without actually making them happen. Several social media users claimed that Stevenson spends too much time discussing opponents while failing to finalize the matchups fans truly want. Those criticisms quickly spread throughout boxing circles and added further pressure on the undefeated champion. Stevenson responded by once again pointing to weight as a critical factor. He acknowledged that many supporters want him to move up and challenge larger fighters but stressed that those decisions must be made carefully. Despite those concerns, Stevenson maintained complete confidence in his abilities. He explained that his belief in his skills is what allows him to even consider fights against naturally bigger opponents while critics remain skeptical. Stevenson continues insisting that he is prepared to compete against the best fighters available when the circumstances are right. As more fans questioned Stevenson's intentions, attention shifted toward Team Haney's response. During a live FaceTime discussion, Bill Haney was asked directly about the possibility of future negotiations. Bill made it clear that Team Haney remains prepared for the fight whenever the opportunity presents itself. He emphasized that boxing is unpredictable and fighters must always stay ready because circumstances can change quickly. According to Bill, Devin's focus remains on facing elite competition and continuing to build his legacy regardless of who stands across the ring. Greg Hackett later joined the discussion and pointed out that boxing decisions often come down to business realities. While fans focus on rivalries, promoters and fighters frequently follow whichever opportunity offers the greatest reward. When Greg Hackett was asked about reports involving Stevenson potentially turning down a major opportunity, he offered a balanced perspective. Hackett explained that a fight between Haney and Stevenson remains highly competitive because both fighters possess elite-level skills. Neither man would enter the ring with a guaranteed advantage. According to Hackett, the outcome would likely depend on preparation, strategy, and execution. He stressed that high-level boxing often comes down to small details that casual fans may overlook. Proper coaching, intelligent game plans, and disciplined training camps frequently determine who wins and who loses. For Hackett, the matchup remains fascinating because of how evenly matched both fighters appear on paper. As more fans questioned Stevenson's intentions, attention shifted toward Team Haney's response. During a live FaceTime discussion, Bill Haney was asked directly about the possibility of future negotiations. Bill made it clear that Team Haney remains prepared for the fight whenever the opportunity presents itself. He emphasized that boxing is unpredictable and fighters must always stay ready because circumstances can change quickly. According to Bill, Devin's focus remains on facing elite competition and continuing to build his legacy regardless of who stands across the ring. Greg Hackett later joined the discussion and pointed out that boxing decisions often come down to business realities. While fans focus on rivalries, promoters and fighters frequently follow whichever opportunity offers the greatest reward. When Greg Hackett was asked about reports involving Stevenson potentially turning down a major opportunity, he offered a balanced perspective. Hackett explained that a fight between Haney and Stevenson remains highly competitive because both fighters possess elite-level skills. Neither man would enter the ring with a guaranteed advantage. According to Hackett, the outcome would likely depend on preparation, strategy, and execution. He stressed that high-level boxing often comes down to small details that casual fans may overlook. Proper coaching, intelligent game plans, and disciplined training camps frequently determine who wins and who loses. For Hackett, the matchup remains fascinating because of how evenly matched both fighters appear on paper. Former world champion Regis Prograis also discussed the situation and admitted he does not expect the fight to happen in the immediate future. According to Prograis, boxing is filled with examples of major fights being delayed because of business complications, promotional disagreements, or changing priorities. He believes both Haney and Stevenson currently have separate opportunities available and may choose different paths before eventually revisiting negotiations. While Prograis did not completely dismiss the possibility of the fight happening one day, he suggested fans should not expect an announcement anytime soon. In his view, boxing often moves slower than supporters would like. Fresh reports have introduced another interesting development. According to claims discussed by Blue Blood Sports TV, both Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson could potentially become involved with Zuffa boxing. The rumors immediately generated excitement because many fans believe having both fighters under the same promotional umbrella could significantly simplify negotiations. Reports suggest that bringing Haney and Stevenson together for a future megafight may be one of the long-term goals behind such a move. While no official confirmation has been announced, the possibility has reignited excitement among fans who have spent years waiting for the matchup. For now, however, the reports remain speculation until additional information becomes available. As the story continues evolving, the situation surrounding Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson remains as complicated as ever. New discussions involving rankings, managers, promotional strategies, and future title opportunities continue, adding layers to an already complex narrative. Some observers believe strategic career planning is being misunderstood as avoidance. Others argue that too many excuses are being made for why the fight still has not happened. Questions also remain regarding Stevenson's readiness to compete regularly against larger opponents. While some believe he should wait, others insist he already possesses the skills necessary to succeed at higher weights. At the center of it all remains one simple reality. Fans desperately want answers. They want clarity regarding negotiations, weight issues, and future plans. Until those answers arrive, speculation will continue dominating conversations throughout the boxing world. Whether the fight eventually becomes reality or not, the rivalry between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson remains one of the most discussed storylines in modern boxing.